Yeah, we're starting a company to help finance other people's films who want to work on this model of pay equity and sharing back-end equity with everyone. But I think the way we look at it is like hard times can present opportunities to rethink models that are outdated and are not taking care of people anymore. And that's a real opportunity that we have in this time.
The most interesting creative choices, and we've made 4 films now together, were usually because of some limitation that we faced that forced, like necessity being the mother of invention. I think we're seeing a lot of that in terms of how people will respond with new business models, new ways of working. And independent film is the laboratory where those ideas begin and matriculate into the broader industry. And so I just hope we all know our power and we know the value we have, and that I think our industry is counting on us to present the ideas for the future.
I don't know. I've been pessimistic, generally speaking, just because you see so few risk like Nickel Boy's taken. But then the fact that Nickel Boys got made, I think maybe reassures or encourages others to make decisions that are finance films that are kind of this experimental, also dealing with the complexity of black identity. So it's both hopeful and you hope that this isn't like a unicorn, that maybe it can open some door or wedge the door open a little more.
I think it's a cool time for horror because all of the horror movies that are coming out and kind of like breaking through feel completely different to me. They're not all doing like one sort of Blumhouse sort of thing. They're weird movies, and I think when you have a lot of very different, strange things doing well, that's usually good for more weird, strange things getting made and doing well.
There's so many subgenres in horror too, so I'm excited that like people are seeing that it's so much more diverse than what they write it off to be. And specifically in the award space, like there's value to this genre. I know it's been like a long time since the Oscars have recognized horror movies as being actually like quality films. Since like what, Silence of the Lambs? Get Out, yeah. It's always like this like one film that like breaks out of the pack. But like pay attention. Like these films are really good. They say more than you think they say.
I value people and organizations and journalists and institutions that are seeking to speak about the truth, right? And to do the deep dive and the critical investigations and the challenging of folks, because that's what's supposed to be a part of our lives, not just in a political sense, right? Like we're here to push each other, And so I value that, and y'all should be everywhere. As it.
In a lot of ways, absolutely. I mean, going out for grabbing a coffee, somebody will recognize me now. That's the one thing. But it's always really, really lovely because it means that the work reached an audience it was supposed to. I think what touches me most is that when I do meet the random person, particularly when I run into other natives in public, just the immediacy and the familiarity, even if I don't know them, it feels like I do. It's like there's a recognition that we all shared that moment together last year. And it's nice to, it's nice to take a break from all of the heels, all the shapewear, but and to return to work, to get just back to telling stories and doing it. But then also seeing how really there was a cultural shift, and it really, the level of representation that Killers of the Flower Moon brought to Native people, and the kind of wave and the ride that I got to go along with last year, it's feeling and seeing in little pieces throughout the year since then how big that impact actually was has just been tremendous.
You're hopeful that it's going to